Expedia and Visit Scotland invite you to come experience the beauty that awaits in Scotland. The sweep of wild coastlines, quiet lochs, and untamed landscapes. Fresh cuisine that feels rooted in the land. Come experience the kind of stillness that stays with you long after you leave. Plan your Scottish escape today at expedia.com/Visit Scotland.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Morning decisions. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
Hey, I'm JJ Virgin, PhD dropout, sorry mom, turned 4-time New York Times bestselling author. As a certified nutrition specialist, fitness Hall of Famer, and globally recognized leader in health, I'm driven to keep asking the tough questions and use my podcast to simplify the science of health into actionable strategies that help you thrive. Want an ad-free experience? You can now subscribe to my exclusive VIP podcast at subscribetojj.com for just $4.99 a month or $49.99 a year. It's like your daily latte, but better for your health. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on the show. And here's the fun part. When you send me your review, I'll reply to you using my on-demand virtual me. That's right, my team and I created a virtual JJ packed with my books, speeches, and wisdom so I can personally connect with you. Here's how you do it. Subscribe and leave an honest review of the podcast. Take a screenshot of your review. Text it to 813-565-2627. That's 813-565-2627. My virtual JJ will reply directly. And trust me, this will make your day. So subscribe now at subscribetojj.com and text me your review. Let's keep thriving together.
Struggling with weight loss? Prolon's 5-day fasting mimicking diet is a clinically developed nutrition program designed to promote fat loss while protecting lean body mass. Developed at USC's Longevity Institute, it assists the body in entering a fasting-like state that helps reset metabolism and target visceral fat. In just 5 days, Prolon offers a science-backed approach to weight loss without extreme restriction or guesswork. Get 15% off plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe at prolonlife.com/now.
What if I told you that your best biohack is already in your bedroom and it's free? Hey there, it's JJ Virgin, nutritionist, fitness expert, and wellness rebel, and I help women over 40 live strong, lean, and limitless without wasting time or money on gimmicks. And today I'm going to pull back the curtain on my real morning routine, the one that keeps me energized, focused, and in peak shape. And guess what? It doesn't take all morning, and it's not going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars. I don't know about you, but I've kind of had it with these people showing us their 4-hour morning routines. Come on, who has time for that? You'll learn the science behind why each habit I show you works. I'll show you how to build momentum with just a few key steps, and I'm going to give you a full routine that you can start tomorrow morning. No ice bath required. Because here's the reality. You can't control how the world wakes up, but you can control how you do. So let's bust a few myths about these morning routines. Myth number 1, you need fancy biohacking tech to optimize your morning. Here's the reality. You already have everything you need. You got sunlight, you got breath, you've got movement, and most importantly, you've got intention. Myth number 2, morning routines need to be 2 hours long or cost thousands of dollars. The reality is 15 minutes of high-impact habits can dramatically shift your physiology for the entire day. And myth number 3, it's all or nothing. Now, the reality is even one or two of these practices can create a cascade effect on energy, mindset, and metabolism. So let's go through my step-by-step routine and why it works. So here's what I do before I even get out of bed in the morning. This is my number one step. And it's all about gratitude and visualization. And the reason is this helps activate your parasympathetic nervous system, and it sets the emotional tone for the day before all the craziness starts. So here's what you have to do. And this is the hardest part. Don't check your phone. You got to check in with yourself first. Now, these cues I'm going to give you, I got from Dr. Joe Dispenza. So here's what I say to myself every morning before I get out of bed, before I actually even open my eyes. Ready? I am enough. Everything is already perfect. I create my reality. I am unlimited potential. I actually put those on my phone as a phone saver for a while too, just to remind myself. But before I get up in the morning, I roll through those. Then I get up, take my thyroid medication. I go in the bathroom and then I weigh in. And I weigh in on a bioimpedance scale that reports to my phone so that every week I can assess what happens. I'm tracking the trends, not what happens every day. And then I drink some water because I'm rehydrating and jumpstarting my digestion. Next up is some meditation or breath work. And some days it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes of just some box breathing, and it's going to calm things down and set my brain into focus mode. Sometimes I do a little longer Dr. Joe Dispenza meditation, but I do something. Then it's coffee time. Sunshine and coffee time, because morning light anchors your circadian rhythm, boosts your dopamine, and supports metabolism. And of course, give yourself some clean coffee to enhance your focus and your mental energy and to prep you for the next step, which is a little bit of VILPA. Vigorous intermittent lifestyle physical activity. These are little bursts of exercise that give you big results in just a little bit of time. So this can be just like some air squats, it can be some jumping jacks, it can be some high knees, just a little something, couple minutes of it just to get you moving. Then I sit down and I read or I write something intentional. This is where I'm still avoiding the scroll because I'm priming my brain with what I choose, not what someone else's chooses, right? So this might be journaling, or it might be reading something inspirational. I keep a bunch of inspirational books in my nightstand. Next up is contrast therapy. Now, I am fortunate, I admit it, I have a sunlight and sauna. However, you don't need one. So if you don't have one, if you can get one, awesome. They're amazing. But if you don't have one, you can also do this with a hot bath and a cold shower, right? This is the ultimate budget biohack of contrast therapy. Hot bath, super hot, by the way. You should feel a little sweaty. And then get into the shower, cold shower. Make sure it hits your chest. And here's another little hack. Then come out and put your face in ice water. Learned that from my buddy, Dave Asprey. Why are we doing this? Well, that heat activates something called heat shock proteins. These go through and help regenerate and rejuvenate your body. And of course, the cold reduces the inflammation. The whole thing is going to boost your mitochondria and increase your mental resilience as well. So again, you can do it with a sauna, you can do it with a cold plunge, or you can do it with a hot bath and a cold shower. So no excuses. You can even do this while you're traveling. After that, it's time to fuel up. My favorite way to start the day is with a loaded protein smoothie. I use my protein powder. I like to blend my different types of protein powder. Sometimes I'll get a little wild with chocolate and vanilla. I add some extra collagen. I like to use half of a slightly green banana. I freeze them that way. A little nut milk. I use a little bit of fiber. And here's my latest one I'm adding. It's something called Yoked by Myos. We'll put this in the show notes. This increases muscle protein synthesis by 18% in 3 weeks. It's one of those ones that I was like, I put on 2.5 pounds of lean mass in 2 months and dropped a pound of body fat. I kid you not. I was pretty darn surprised because at this point in the game, it is really hard for me to put on any kind of skeletal muscle mass. So that is my morning smoothie that I love to do. And then I'm getting ready to go to the gym. So I'm also going to take some of my core supplements with that. So that is vitamin D3 with K2, fish oil, and then 2 other things that I take, Timeline's Mitapure. Now, I call this exercise in a bottle because of what it does for your mitochondria. It does something called mitophagy, which helps rejuvenate and regenerate your mitochondria and take out the cellular trash. And then I also take Qualia's NAD+, because it's great to take before the gym, super energizing. And then I put together my gym bottle, and it is a big bottle. This is what I put in my gym bottle. I put my Sheatine, which is my creatine HCl powder, plus taurine and magnesium, so that's all in my Sheatine. It also has my Electro-Replenish electrolytes and my amino acid power powder. So I put all three of those things in a 64-ounce water bottle with a packet of Peak green tea. That is my gym concoction. I love it. And I do take some foundational Sheatine each day, but I take an extra bump before I'm going to the gym along with the electrolytes, so I'm staying well hydrated, and my essential aminos. All right, so see how simple that was? And then of course I head off to the gym, which could either be heading off to an actual gym or heading upstairs to my workout room. So I have a gym in my house, but I also go to the gym. I like to mix things up all the time. So either which way, that's what I go and do. So what a simple morning routine. And as you can see, you don't need a bunch of expensive tech. I mean, bonus points if you can grab it. I do love my sunlight and sauna. I also have a fast heat sauna, and I do like my Juve red light therapy. However, you can do this with a hot bath and cold water, right? Our cold plunge started to leak, so we've been without a cold plunge, and I've just been using a cold shower and a little cold ice water, so you can do it that way. So you don't need to have tons of time. You just need to have the intention, the focus to do this. You need intention, you need the sunlight. The sunlight, probably if I had to pick two things, it'd be the intention and the sunlight. That movement, getting some hydrating, and starting the day with the right meal. Remember, you're going to eat protein first, but you want to make sure you're getting that bumper meal of at least, I think we really should get 40 grams of protein in the morning, because you're setting the metabolic tone for the day. There is this thing called the second meal phenomenon. So if you eat like a high carb breakfast in the morning, you're going to start a blood sugar roller coaster. It's hard to get off of. So make sure you're really hitting that protein in the morning meal with the fiber, right? That's the perfect satiety hit, because it also raises GLP-1. And take all of this stuff, and remember, it's consistency that changes everything for you. So maybe you just say, you know what, I'm going to start with those with intention. I'm going to start thinking those things before I get out of bed. And then I will just add from that and build on it. And the next thing you know, you've got a beautiful 15-minute morning routine that completely changes your day. And it's those small, consistent steps that make massive shifts in physiological momentum. Pick one of these or more of these to start tomorrow, and I'd love to hear how you feel. Be sure to join me next time for more tools, tips, and techniques you can use to look and feel your best and be built to last. Would you prefer an ad-free experience? Join my VIP podcast at subscribetojj.com for just $4.99 a month or $49.99 a year to unlock uninterrupted ad-free access to all the episodes and insights you love. Also, I'd love to connect with you and hear your thoughts on the podcast. Here's how. First, subscribe to the podcast and leave an honest review. Second, take a screenshot of your review. And third, text it to 813-565-2627. That's 813-565-2627. When you do, I'll reply using my brand new Virtual JJ. It's my on-demand virtual self built from my books, talks, and years of experience, so I can interact with you directly. You'll make my day, and I can't wait to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Hey, JJ here, and just a reminder that the Well Beyond 40 podcast offers health, wellness, fitness, and nutritional information that's designed for educational and entertainment purposes only. You should not rely on this information as a substitute for, nor does it replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you have any concerns or questions about your health, you should always consult with a physician or other healthcare professional. Make sure that you do not disregard, avoid, or delay obtaining medical or health-related advice from your healthcare professional because of something you may have heard on the show or read in our show notes. The use of any information provided on this show is solely at your own risk.